What's up, Soul Fam, and everyone out there in the world? This is the Nihility to Entity Tarot, and this is going to be the Flight Astro reading from the dates of July 19th to the 27th. To start off with this time, the moon is going to go through Scorpio and end the week off on Pisces. So the moon is going to go through, going to conjunct Pluto in Capricorn retrograding, which Pluto in Capricorn is thinking about past ways of how we took power and control and transformed ourselves when it comes to our business and status. So the moon's going to conjunct this Pluto retrograde transit, and then it's going to conjunct Saturn in Aquarius retrograding, which Saturn in Aquarius is how we gain security through our associations in the past. And then the moon's going to conjunct Jupiter in Pisces on the later on this week, and then stop on the conjunction with Neptune in Pisces retrograde. And Jupiter in Pisces retrograde is thinking about past moral systems and experiences when it comes to mutable waters, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of feeling the emotions. And Neptune in Pisces retrograde is past ways how we of dreams and illusions dealing with mutable water energies. Now, before the moon goes on to conjuncts Jupiter in Pisces, we're going to have a full moon in Aquarius. So this is going to be a powerful week. Also, Venus is going to go into the sign of Virgo on the 25th. So all of our love and appreciation is going to go towards work, schedules, day-to-day routines, and health. So, with that being said, those are all the main transits for this week. And I'm going to start off with Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars to kick this Flight Astro reading off. Now, Aries, you are cardinal fire, initiating and creating new ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Aries was born out of the first house of self and personality, personal interest in affairs, and individuality. So let's see what's going on with you, Aries, for this week of July 19th to the 27th. So we're going to pull out your Neo. Your Neo is the Five of Spades. So with the Five of Spades, the 5 means emotionally connected to something. And what are you emotionally connected towards? Is a spade, opposition. So you're going to be emotionally connected to opposition. You may be thinking opposite towards what you are doing in your life at the present moment during this week. Keep in mind that the full moon is going to be sextiling yours, so you're going to have opportunities to either be fulfilled when it comes to your associations and expressing yourself due to who you're associated with, as well as how you're seen in the public arena, as well as in conjuncting this Venus and Virgo energy as well. So just be mindful that you are emotionally connected to opposition. But this is just the Neo card, so let's move on to the Morpheus. The Morpheus is the Five of Hearts. So even though we started off with you having the Five of Spades, being emotionally connected to opposition, you're going to be emotionally connected to an opportunity. So one of these has to cancel each other out. Alright, so you're either connected to opposition or you're connected to opportunities. Alright, these two cannot merge together, so one of them has to kill the other off, like a Cain and Abel story. Now, with the Trinity, to end the reading off, you get the King of Diamonds. So you're giving your grand support to a gift. Alright? So regardless of whether this gift is dealing with a business, a relationship, or just a goal or aspiration for yourself, or there is some type of gift that you are really giving your grand support to during this time. Now, without that being said, let's calculate these energies up and see what energies you need to use to rectify this energy, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 5 plus 5 is 10, plus another 10 is 20, plus 3 is 23, 2 plus 3 is 5, so you are either dealing with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or you need to utilize the Leo energy to rectify this energy that you are currently dealing with at this time. Now, we're going to move on to Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So Taurus, you are fixed Earth, being fixated on your own way of thinking and being practical. And Taurus energy was born out of the second house of values and where you plant seeds. So as far as this Venus and Virgo transit that we're coming into, you're going to be trining this energy. So you're going to have the gift to really be a little bit more mutable with your fixated energies when it comes to your love and appreciation towards day-to-day routine, scheduling, and health. We also, with the full moon, this is going to square you, so you're going to be in a learning process as well, deeply during this week. And you're going to be learning how to express yourself when it comes to your associations and how you are seen in the public arena. So let's pull your first card out for the week of July 19th through the 27th. So your Neo is the 9 of Spades. So you are descending 9 from opposition. So this, well, no, not descension, ascending. So you are ascending into opposition. Apologize. So this is not, this isn't really a good energy to start off with. Aries didn't have a really good energy to start off with either. But overall, this is just the Neo card. So this is not the, this is just the beginning of the reading. Now, with that being said, let's pull out your Morpheus. And your Morpheus is the 2 of Diamonds. So somebody else, too, is a gift. Alright? So you are ascending 9, ascension, into opposition. But someone else is a gift. Right? There is somebody else that you are dealing with that is a gift in your life. Now for the Trinity, you get the 9 of Hearts. So, with the 9 of Spades being the fourth card, but the 9 of Hearts being the third card, I was going to say second card, but the third card, these two have to cancel each other out. You can't ascend into opposition and ascend into opportunities at the same time. So you're either ascending into opposition, or you're ascending into opportunities. Given the fact that this 9 of Spades came out first, and the 9 of Hearts came out last, alright? I feel like the 9 of Hearts, or the opportunities, is going to cancel out this opposition that you're going through at this time. So, with that being said, let's see what energies you need to use to rectify this, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 9 plus 9 is 18, plus another 2 is 20. 2 plus 0, since 0 is just more space, so that's 2. So you're dealing with you could be your own worst enemy at this time, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses. Or you need to use the Taurus energy itself to rectify this, and that means to be about your stability and creating a stable foundation for yourself during this week of July 19th through the 27th. Now, let's move on to Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury. So Gemini, you are mutable air, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of thinking and communicating. And Gemini energy was born out of the third house of familiarity and local surroundings and who the people, places, things, circumstances, situations that you find familiar. So, with that being said, you are going to be trining this full moon, so you're going to have a gift to really express yourself when it comes to your the ways of how you're seen in the public arena, as well as trying and giving a gift to go after your associates during this time. Sorry, brain fog. Do be mindful, I do have a Libra stellium, so sometimes I do get ahead of myself. But in any case, and then to add on, the sun is going into Leo, which Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, pretty much all the signs will be up by tomorrow for the sun in Leo. So if you haven't checked that out, I recommend doing so. There's very powerful energies going on with the sun in Leo, especially with this opposition to Saturn in Aquarius retrograde. So let's pull out your first card, being the Neo. So your Neo is the 4 of diamonds. So 4, you are thinking about, this is thinking, so 4 represents thoughts, about a diamond, a gift. So you have a gift on your mind, right? Everything on your mind at the moment is a gift, okay? So whether that be a person, place, circumstance, or situation, utilize this gift that you have in your life in the present day. Now with your Morpheus card, you get the King of Spades. So yes, you are thinking about a gift, but you're giving your grand support to opposition or opposite energies. Alright, so this is not a very good energy to be in, because this means that the Spades is opposition, and opposition is against you as a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury. But this is just the middle card. We still have the Trinity to pull to end the reading off. Now, with the end of the reading, you get the 4 of Spades. So you are thinking about opposition. So we started off good with you thinking about a gift, but then we ended up bad with you giving grand support to opposition and you thinking about this opposition as well. So it's okay. Let's see what energies we need to use to rectify this energy, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus another 10, apologize, plus another 10 is 18, plus another 3 is 21, 2 plus 1 is 3. So you could be your own worst enemy at this time, or you could be dealing with a fellow Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or you need to utilize the Gemini energy to rectify this. So that means to communicate. Be in your energies and communicate. You do have this gift with this full moon in Aquarius coming up. So, with that being said, moving on to Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Once again, happy flight day to all your Cancers out there. And with that being said, Cancer is cardinal water, initiating and creating new ways of feeling the emotions. And Cancer energy was born out of the 4th house of privacy and close ones and family and people who you consider family that are close to you. So as far as these energies go, with the Venus being in Virgo, this is a sextile. Excuse me. This is a sextile for you. And with the full moon in Aquarius, this is going to be a in conjunction for you. So, with that being said, you're going to misunderstand how to express yourself when it comes to how you're seen in the public arena and your associates and who you associate yourself with. But with the sun going into Leo as well, this is going to be you seeing another side to how you initiate your feelings, the more passionate and expressive side. And with the Venus and Virgo, this is a sextile, so you're going to have opportunities to go after what you love and appreciate when it comes to work, routine, and day-to-day schedule, as well as health. So let's pull out your first card in the Neo. So your first card is the Two of Clubs. So two means somebody else, and clubs means a learning process. So somebody else is learning from you, alright? Or you're learning from somebody else, alright? Either or. You either are learning from somebody else, or you're learning from they're learning from you. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Now your Morpheus card is the Eight of Diamonds. So this is you spending a whole lot of time, which is represented by the 8, in diamonds, your gifts. So even though you are learning, or someone is learning from you, you are spending time into your gifts, and a whole lot of time, if that. Now, let's move on to the Trinity to see how this reading is going to end, and then we'll see what energies we need to use to rectify this, or who you're dealing with as a whole. So you get the inner Joker, Black Joker. So the Black Joker means you're going to have an internal epiphany during this week. All my Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings, you're having an internal epiphany during this week of July 19th to the 27th. So let's calculate these energies up to see what you are dealing with, or what energies you need to use to rectify this energy. So Joker is just space. 8 plus 2 is 10. So you could be dealing with a Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, or an underlining Aries. Okay? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars. Or you need to utilize the Capricorn energy to rectify this, which means be more about your business and status. Or you may need to use the Aries energy, which is be more about yourself and your personal interests and affairs and your own individuality, to rectify this energy that you are going through at this time. Now, moving on to Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Sun, Moon, and Rising. Leo, you are fixed fire, being fixated on your own ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Leo was born out of the 5th house of expression and whatever you are creatively working on. Now you're going to be opposite this full moon in Aquarius, so you're just going to have to, the way you're going to have to know how you are acting or reacting is through other people and seeing how they act towards you, to see if you are in the right energies as a moon sign. As far as the sun sign, you're going to have to see how others respond to you. And if it's in your rising, then you're going to have to see if whatever you are personally into and whatever you're personally interested in is working for you or not. With Venus going into Virgo, this is going to be you seeing another side, the more practical side to how you are fixated in your own ways of seeing the emotions. Now, let's pull out your Neo to get started with your portion of the reading. So, with your first card, you get the Queen of Clubs. You're receiving grand support which is represented by the Queen of a learning process, the clubs. So you're receiving grand support from a learning process during this time. You could be learning from your own business. You could be learning from a person, place, or thing, circumstance, or situation, regardless of what it is. You are receiving grand support from a learning process. Now, with your next card being a Morpheus, you get the 7 of Clubs. So you're going to get preview to some information that's going to have you learning. Alright? Now, we don't know if this learning is something bad or something good or something that you need to get out of or what. We still have the Trinity to pull, but as far as I can tell, you're receiving grand support from a learning process, and you're receiving a message or getting preview to some information that's going to make you learn as well on my Sun, Leo, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Now, let's pull out the Trinity, which is the 5 of Spades. So you're emotionally connected to opposition. Alright? So this, since these learning processes are before the Five of Spades, I feel like this is something that you're getting out of. But regardless if it's just a bad mindset, a person, place, or thing, circumstance, or situation, regardless of what it is, you're emotionally connected to opposition during this week. Keep in mind that the full moon is going to be opposite your sign, so that is going to play a huge part during this week. But in any case, let's add these energies up to see what you need to use to rectify this energy or who you're dealing with as a whole. So Queen and 10 plus 5 is 15, plus another 7 is 22, plus another 2 is 24, 4 plus 2 is 6. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or you need to utilize the Virgo energy to rectify this. So what does that mean? That means to be more on schedule. Create a schedule for yourself. Be more about your work. Be more about your day-to-day routines and creating a day-to-day routine that is fitting for you. Or you're just straight up dealing with the Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury. Now, moving on to Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mercury's. Virgo is mutable earth, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of thinking and being practical. And Virgo, you are born out of the 6th house of work, scheduling, and day-to-day routine, as well as health. Now, Venus is going into your sign, so you're going to be the example of what to love and appreciate, or what not to love and appreciate. If you have a Virgo moon, then this is going to be you learning from others and seeing if they'll pretty much what they're loving and appreciating is the right thing for you or not. And if it's in your rising, then you're going to be loving and appreciating your own self, as well as your personal interests and affairs. The Saturn in Aquarius, not Saturn in Aquarius, but the full moon in Aquarius, as well as Saturn in Aquarius in retrograde, is in conjuncting you, so you're going to misunderstand these energies during this time about how to express your practical ways, your mutable ways of being practical and thinking when it comes to associations, your associates, and how you conduct yourself in a public arena. Now, let's pull out your Neo card to start your reading off. So, you get the Four of Spades. So you are thinking about opposition. Alright? So you're thinking about opposition, whether that be a person, place, thing, circumstance, or situation, but whatever is on your mind is opposite towards you. Alright? Do your best to create high perspectives, especially if this is just a negative mindset. So do your best to just create that positive thoughts and feelings and ignore the negative ones during this time. But this is just your first card, and we still have 2 more cards to go. So let's get to the second card, which is the Morpheus. So you get the 2 of Diamonds. So somebody else is a gift. So you're thinking about opposition, but there's someone in your life that is a gift for you. Alright? So pay attention to this person, because this person is a gift in your life. Now, moving on to the Trinity, you get the 7 of Clubs. So you're going to get privy to some information that is going to make you learn. Alright, it's going to put you in the learning process, which is represented by the clubs. So you are thinking about opposition, but this person is a gift, which is going to give you some information that's going to make you or influence you to learn, or be in a learning process. So, with you, Virgo, let's see what energies you need to use to rectify this energies, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 4 plus 2 is 6, 7 plus 6 is 13, 3 plus 1 is 4. So you could be dealing with the Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or you need to utilize the Cancer energy to rectify this, which that means to put more care and love into whatever you feel opposite towards. Alright, and this is what you're going to be learning from. Alright, you may be feeling opposite towards somebody, like a business or something that you do, and somebody gives you shows up in your life as a gift, and you're learning so you can get out of this opposition by putting more care in what you do. Alright, so moving on to Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venuses. Alright, so with that being said, Libra, you are cardinal air, initiating, creating new ways of thinking and communicating. And Libra energy was born out of the 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and whoever you are relating to. So you're going to have a trine with this full moon, as well as seeing another side to your love and appreciation when it comes to the Venus and Virgo energies. But you're going to misunderstand how to express yourself when it comes to how you're seen in the public arena, as well as your associates and who you associate yourself with. So, and I'm doing Venus and Saturn mainly, not Saturn, but the full moon, because those are the most prevalent energies during this time. Alright, so let's pull out your Neo to start off your reading, your portion of the reading. Alright, so your first card being the Neo is the Two of Hearts. So somebody else is an opportunity. So you got somebody else is an opportunity in your life, regardless that be a relationship, or platonic, or family, or somebody. Somebody is an opportunity in your life during this week of the July 19th through the 27th. Now, with your second card in your Morpheus, you get the 7 of Diamonds. So you're getting privy to some information that's going to lead you into gifts. Alright, so somebody else is an opportunity, which has got you privy to some information that is a gift. Alright, so you might be getting into something big during this week, especially with this full moon and Aquarius energy, and the sun going into Leo as well, which is sextiling you. Now for the Trinity, you get the King of Clubs. So you're giving your grand support to a learning process. So somebody else is an opportunity. You're getting privy to some information that's leading you into gifts, and then you're giving your grand support to a learning process. So let's calculate these energies up to see what energies you need to use to rectify this, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 7 plus 2 is 9, plus the 10 is 19, plus 3 is 22, 2 plus 2 is 4, so you could be dealing with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let me calculate this one more time just to make sure you're dealing with a Cancer, because you might be dealing with a Gemini. 7 plus 2 is 9, plus the 10 is 19, 20, 21, 22, yeah. So you are dealing with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or you need to utilize the Cancer energy to rectify this. So that means to put more care in whatever it is that you are doing for yourself. Or you're just straight up dealing with a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Now, moving on to Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars. Scorpio, you are water, being fixated on your own ways of feeling the emotions. And Scorpio was born out of the 8th house of secrets, behind closed doors energies, mysticism, and occult. Whatever you do in secret. Alright? Now, you are going to be squaring this energy with the full moon in Aquarius. So, with that being said, you're going to be learning how to express yourself when it comes to how you're seen in a public arena, as well as learning how to express yourself about your associations and who you associate with. You are sextiling this Virgo, Venus and Virgo energy, So you're going to have opportunities to go after what you love and appreciate when it comes to day-to-day routine, scheduling, work, and health. And with the sun going into Leo, you are squaring that as well. So you're going through a lot of learning process this week with your actions or reactions or your personal interests. For the full moon in Aquarius, if you have Scorpio in your sun, then you're going to learn how to express yourself with your actions, and you expressing yourself when it comes to how you're seen in the public arena, as well as your associates and your associations. If it's in your moon, and you have a Scorpio moon, you're going to be learning from others and how they express themselves when it comes to how they are seen in the public arena and who they associate themselves with. And if it's in your rising, then you are going to be spotlighted with your personal interests and affairs, as well as your personality. But as far as the full moon in Aquarius, you are going to have a spotlight. Well, you're going to be reacting and responding to Cancer energy. So you're going to be reacting and responding to 4th house energy, which is family, close ones, and who you consider family. Okay? So this full moon energy is going to be playing in your 4th house if you're a Scorpio rising. And as far as Mars, then it's going to go through your passions and your desires when it comes to the public arena and how you associate yourself with others and your associations. Now, let's pour out your Neo. So you get the Black Joker, so you're going to have an internal epiphany this week about something. So you'll have an internal epiphany during this week, which there's not much else I can say other than you're going to be having an epiphany. So let's move on to the Morpheus. The Morpheus is the 6 of diamonds. So you're paying attention, 6, to gifts. So you're having an internal epiphany, which is going to lead you into paying attention to gifts. Alright? You might actually be going after a business or relationship or whatever, but I feel like it's more about work, because it is a gift. If it was a heart, then that would be more towards a relationship, but this is a gift of yours. So you're paying attention to gifts through this internal epiphany that you're having during this week of the July 19th through the 27th. Now, with your Trinity card, you get the Queen of Clubs. So this is you receiving grand support from a learning process. Alright, so you're learning. You're first having an internal epiphany, which is then it's going to make you or influence you to pay attention to gifts. And then from there, you're going to receive grand support from a learning process. So let's see what energies you need to use to rectify this, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 10 plus 6 is 16, plus the 2 is 18, 8 plus 1 is 9. So you could be dealing with the Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, or you need to use the Sagittarius energy to rectify this. So that means to travel either externally or internally, or put more faith and belief behind whatever it is that you are doing as far as this gift. Alright? Now, moving on to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. Sagittarius, you are mutable fire, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Sagittarius itself was born out of the 9th house of long distance travel, both externally and internally, plus your faith, belief, higher wisdom, and knowledge as well. So, with this full moon in Aquarius, you're going to be sextiling this energy. So if you have a Sagittarius Sun, then you're going to have opportunities to really express yourself when it comes to how you're seen in the public arena, as well as your associations and your associates. If it's in your moon, then you're going to have opportunities to see how others express themselves with how they are seen in the public arena, as well as who they associate themselves with. If it's in your rising, then you're going to have it in your third house. So you're going to be reacting and responding to your familiarity and whoever you consider familiar, person, place, and thing, circumstance, situation. And if it's in your Jupiter, then you're going to have opportunities to experience yourself going after and expressing how you are seen in the public arena, as well as your associations and who you associate yourself with. Now, with Venus being in Virgo, you are squaring this energy, so you're going to have the one with regard to Sun, actions, Moon, reactions, rising. It's going to be in your 10th house. Yeah, your 10th house. You're going to have you're going to be loving and appreciating your business and status. Right? Yeah. And if it's in your Jupiter, then you're going to be learning how to love and appreciate the experiences and knowledge and wisdom when it comes to mutable earth and being practical and scheduling and day-to-day routine, work, and health. So, let's pull one card out for the Neo. Alright, so you get the big joker. So Sagittarius, you're going to have an external epiphany. So somebody else is having an epiphany. If it was the black joker, it'd be you in internal epiphanies. But since it's the red joker, it's the external epiphany. Okay? So, with that being said, you or somebody else is having an epiphany about you during this week of July 19th through the 27th. Alright, so that one popped out. So you, Ace, well, let's backtrack without getting too ahead of myself. The Morpheus card is the Ace of Spades. So you are being opposite towards your own self. You're pretty much being your own worst enemy. And somebody else is having the epiphany, which is leading you to be your own worst enemy and be opposite towards your own self. Okay? So, it's not looking that good, but we still have the Trinity to get to end your portion of the reading off. Alright, so ends with life. So the only thing, well, let's get to this. Yeah, you get the Jack of Hearts, so you hit the jackpot of opportunities. So someone else is having an epiphany, but you're being opposite to your own self, but you're also hitting the jackpot of opportunities. But you being an enemy to your own self may blind you from even seeing these opportunities because you're being opposite towards yourself. Alright, so let's see what energies you need to use to rectify these energies, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So Jack plus Ace, Ace is 1, Jack is 11, 11 plus 1 is 12. So you're dealing with a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Jupiter, or underlining Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury. Alright, with that being said, you're either dealing with those signs, or you need to use the Pisces energy to rectify this, which means to be more mutable with your emotions and be more creative and dream. Let yourself dream. Letting yourself dream will get you out of this opposite energy and more into your opportunities that you've hit the jackpot on or in. Or you need to use the Gemini energy, which means to communicate about what you want. This person might come to you and you may need to communicate exactly what you want to get out of this opposite energy so you can get this jackpot of opportunities, or opposition towards yourself, so you can hit the jackpot of opportunities during the week of July 19th to the 27th. Now, moving on to Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn. So Capricorn, you are cardinal Earth, initiating and creating new ways of thinking and being practical. And Capricorn was born out of the 10th house of business status and just business and status, as well as how you are seen. Public arena is more 11th house, but it is your how you are seen in as far as your status, which is aligns with status. So let's just go with that. But with this full moon in Aquarius, you're going to see another side to how you initiate your ways of thinking and being practical by expressing, and the in conjunction is coming from the sun, which is going to misunderstand how to express yourself when it comes to seeing the other side to how you think and be practical. Alright? And with Venus and Virgo, this is trining you, so you're going to have the gift to be more mutable and adaptable with your cardinal energies when it comes to love and appreciation towards day-to-day routines, scheduling, work, and health. Now, let's pull out your Neo card to start your reading. So, you get the Queen of Spades. So, you're receiving grand support from opposite energies. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but you receiving grand support from opposite energies can be like, this to me feels like getting kicked out. I'm not trying to scare anybody, or but receiving grand support from opposite energies, or just you having opposite people that are not like you or like-minded like yourself, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturns around you at this time, which is receiving grand support from opposition. I don't mean to scare anybody, that's just what I felt called, but I hope not. Well, let's just say it's not going to happen. Alright, so let's move on to the Morpheus to see if we can get some light into your reading. Alright, so we get the Three of Hearts. So in your surroundings, 3 is opportunities. Alright, so there are opportunities in your surroundings. Check your surroundings and see what's around you, as well as what's familiar to you as well. But mainly in your surroundings. Alright, there is an opportunity in your surroundings, regardless of the energy that you're receiving grand support from opposition. Alright, regardless of this opposition energies, you do got opportunities in your surroundings. Now, moving on to the Trinity. The Trinity is the big joker. So somebody else is having an epiphany for you. So I don't know what's going on with you. This is really hectic energy, it feels like. But there is somebody having an external epiphany towards you, about you. So let's tally these energies, or these cards up, to see what energies you need to use to rectify this, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So Queen is 12, plus 3 is 15. Joker is just more space. 5 plus 1 is 6. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury. Or you need to utilize the Virgo energy to rectify this. So that means to be more about your work, schedules, day-to-day routine, and health. Alright? Be more about your work and adapt yourself to work. So this external epiphany for somebody else can come in and help, because this was after the Three of Hearts. So as long as you take these opportunities, somebody is going to have an external epiphany. Now, moving on to Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturns. So Aquarius is fixed air, being fixated on its own ways of thinking and communicating. And Aquarius energy was born out of the 11th house of how you're seen in the public arena, associates, and who you associate yourself with. Yeah. This full moon is going to be in your own sign. So if it's in the sun, this is going to be you playing the example of this full moon, of how you should react and respond. If it's in your moon, then this is going to be others, and you're going to have to see if they are opposite or good for you. well, that was for Capricorn. But if it's in your rising, this is a full moon energy in your first house. So if you're not fulfilled in your personal interests and affairs and your individuality, then you may blow up. And if it's in your Saturn, then this is going to be you having to figure out what to do and what not to do when it comes to how you correlate reality and gain security through your associations. So, with that being said, we also have Venus in Virgo, so this is in conjuncting you. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter, so you're going to go through misunderstandings respectively with each sign, with each planet, mind you. So Sun with the actions, Moon with your reactions, Rising with dealing with you reacting, well, you are loving and appreciating. Like Aquarius would be first house, then it would be Aquarius would be first house, and then Pisces, then Aries, then Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo. So 8th house. So you're going to have a loving and appreciation towards your passions and desires. And if it's in your Saturn, then you're going to be more correlating to loving and appreciation, day-to-day routine, scheduling, health, and work when it comes to how you gain security in your lives and how you put boundaries and restrictions so you're in order to walk in what you are doing. So let's pull your first card in the Neo, which is the King of Clubs. So you're giving your grand support to a learning process. So you could be working on a business, a relationship, or just a circumstances, situation in general. Regardless of what it is, you are giving your grand support to a learning process. So let's pour out the Morpheus to see where this learning process is going. So you get the Four of Spades. So with the Four of Spades, this is you thinking about opposition. So you're giving your grand support to learning process, but the learning process might be stopped due to you thinking opposite towards learning whatever you're giving your grand support to. Alright? So, with that being said, let's see if we can get some life. And if not, then calculate the cards up to see what energies you need to use to rectify this energy. Alright, so your last card being the Trinity is the Seven of Diamonds. So you're getting privy to some information that's a gift during this week of July 19th to the 27th. Alright, so with that being said, know that you're giving some information or being privy to some information that's a gift. Alright, so let's calculate these energies up to see what energies you can use to rectify this or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 7 plus 4 is 11. Yeah, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11. Plus another 10 is 21. Plus the 3 is 24. 4 plus 2 is 6. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury. Or you need to utilize the Virgo energy to rectify this. Excuse me. So that means to be more about your work, scheduling, day-to-day routine, which suits best for your higher self and well-being. Now, moving on to the last sign, but definitely not least, Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. So, Pisces is mutable water, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of feeling the emotions. And Pisces was born out of the 12th house of the subconscious, dreams, fantasy, creativity, and illusions. So, with that being said, this full moon in Aquarius is going to be in your 12th house of dreams, illusions, creativity, and fantasy. And if you're a rising, if you're a sun, then this is going to be you seeing another side, the more fixated or fixated thinking and communicating side to how you dream and create illusions and fantasize and creative. If it's in your moon, then you're going to see another side from other people and how they are mutably dealing with their waters. And if it's in your Jupiter, then this is going to be seeing another side to your experiences and more systems when it comes to Pisces energy. And with Venus and Virgo, this is opposite energy. So if it's in your rising, then if you're a Pisces rising, then this Venus and Virgo will be in your 7th house. So you're going to be loving and appreciating your relationships, partnerships, and whoever you're relating to. Also, if it's in your sun, then this is your actions being seen as opposite or balanced. If it's in your moon, then you're going to be attracting others that are opposite or balanced, and that points towards loving and appreciating work, health, routine, day-to-day schedule, and health. I always said health, but regardless. And if it's in your Jupiter, then you're going to be, the way you experience and your moral system is going to be opposite towards what Venus is currently in, the energies of being in Virgo. Alright? So, let's pull your first card, being the Neo. Alright. So you're receiving grand support from opposition. Alright? Queen, receiving grand support from Spade, opposition. So, this is not a really good card to start with, but it's okay, we still got 2 more cards to go. Alright, so now we got to underline the story. Alright, because I meant to put 1 card, but 2 came out. So you are the opportunity, and you're getting preview to some information that's a gift. Alright, so you are the opportunity, and you're giving preview to some information, once again, about a gift that's going to give you gifts. So, let's pull your Morpheus card out. You get the 6 of Spades. So, you got the Queen of Spades, which is receiving grand support from opposite energy. You got the 6 of Spades, which is you paying attention to opposite energy. And for the Trinity, let's see what we get. You get the 5 of Diamonds. So you are emotionally connected to a gift. So this gift, people around you might not even be paying attention to this gift and how important it is or how successful it can be. So therefore they are opposite towards it, but you're receiving grand support from opposite energy. Don't let this grand support, receiving grand support of opposite energy, put you in this negative mind space. Create higher perspectives and higher thoughts and feelings about what you got going on, so you can be emotionally connected to your gifts and move forward with said gifts. Okay? This gotta go. These two can't come together. This can, but if you have these two to decide. You either stick with the opposite energy that you're paying attention to, or you drop that energy and you stay emotionally connected to your gifts so you can move forward during this week of July 19th to the 27th more efficiently. So, let's tally these numbers up and count the cards, see what energies we need to use to rectify this, or who you are dealing with as a whole. So 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 10 is 21, plus 2 is 23, 3 plus 2 is 5, so you could be dealing with the Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, alright? Or you need to utilize the Leo energy to rectify this. So that means to express yourself more, alright? With the Sun being a Leo, this is a perfect time to express yourself. Don't hold back. You need to express yourself about what you want and desire in your life, so you can rectify this energy that you got going on for the week of July 19th through the 27th. Now, with that being said, that would be the Flight Astro reading for Aries through Pisces. I hope this helped. I hope it brought you any clarity or aided you in any way. Shout out to the whole Soul family, DoelowDaPilotman, Sean the Wise Astrology. If you're looking for crystals and gems, check out Lex Crystal Goddess. If you're looking for hats, I don't have one currently, but go check out VI Izzle. Check out Esoteric Self, Cloud Soulful, shout him out, shout Anita Flying High, shout out the whole Soul family. Alright? And with that being said, I hope you have a good week, and I hope you are safe during the full moon in Aquarius. I'll be back to do a little reading for the full moon in Aquarius, like I do with every full moon readings. But with that being said, I hope you, once again, I hope you have a good week. And until next time, peace.